Hi everyone, William Strachan here from Team POI. I'd like to take a couple minutes of your time to go over Matador Arms' new muzzle brake, the Regulator. What has Matador Arms done with this Regulator brake that makes it any different than every other brake that's on the market, and why do you want one? Let's get into it. It's a 3-port muzzle brake. You have 3 ports along each side, and then you have directional ports along the top to help with muzzle flip. And that's what you see in pretty much every other muzzle brake that's on the market. The difference in this one and why you might be interested in it is you have the option to run it fully open, like a brake, or with the turn of the nut on the end, you can run it fully closed, and anything in between. You might find that your rifle likes something in between a fully open or a fully closed to get that recoil signature that you're looking for, or one that you're comfortable with. Let's go over installation, then we're going to take it to the range. Installation of this is simple. You unscrew the end, you take the sheath off, you take the spring off. You notice here at the bottom there's some wrench flats, and then in the package you get a crush washer and 4 shims. I'm going to use just the crush washer. Don't forget your anti-seize. And screw the brake on the end. And these flats fit any 3/4 inch wrench that you might have. I'm going to use an adjustable. Apply pressure until you line the top ports up with the top of your barrel. So I have mine mounted at a little bit of an angle, but I have a mark on the top of my barrel so I know where the top is. That way I can align everything up. Slide the spring back on, then the shield, lining the top ports up with the ports that are actually on the brake. Put some pressure on the shield, that way you expose the threads. Turn the top. You're good to go. We made it to the range. Installed the muzzle brake on my 308 so we could see a significant amount of recoil versus a 6mm or 6.5mm, which I also run. While we're out here testing out this muzzle brake, the things we're going to look at are first and foremost any sort of recoil reduction, especially on this one since it's adjustable and we can run it fully open or fully closed. Next is going to be muzzle flip or muzzle rise. We want to mitigate that. That way we can have faster follow-up shots, more accurate follow-up shots. And finally with this brake is going to be POI shift or accuracy. Again, an adjustable brake, is there any difference when we run it fully open or fully closed? Let's run some rounds and see what we get. The first series of shots we're going to do is with the brake open. Okay, that was fully open. Now let's run a series of shots with it all the way closed. So first thing was recoil. What you saw between the 2 videos was a pretty significant change in recoil between the brake being open and the brake being closed. Now, what I felt, it actually felt pretty different as well. I preferred it with the brake open. I run a lot of brakes, that's why I get them, and it was nice. Now the ability to be able to close the brake is also a nice feature to have if I'm at a range where I'm just stacked next to everybody and I don't want to blast people with dirt and rocks and whatever from the muzzle blast. Or if I'm in a hunting application, I don't need to worry about so much ear pro or the people with me, my hunting party. I can close the brake, quiets it up a little bit, at least on the sides, makes it more into a hunting rifle, so I enjoy having that option. Then we get into muzzle flip. The muzzle flip really wasn't there, whether I ran the brake fully open, fully closed, or something in between. I had about a 1mm rise and about a ½ mil to the left with every shot. I was able to stay on target, I was able to see the target, re-engage, and there were really no issues at all. With the break open or the break closed, we were looking about a 1 MOA group with a point of impact shift to the left when the break was closed. Now, as you saw in the intro portion of this video, you can tune this break. There's actually 60 separate settings between fully open and fully closed that you're able to utilize, and that's where those clicks come in. Every one of those clicks is a different setting, and there's 60 again between open and closed. I played around with that, went through all 60 settings, and really didn't find any difference as far as what the rifle likes. Like I said, I prefer to run it fully open. I did run it fully closed. It felt like just a regular rifle without a muzzle brake on the end of it. And then the settings in between, I didn't find anything that was significant enough for me to want to continue on with. What I mean is the rifle liked it fully open or fully closed and everything in between. There wasn't anything that I would sit here and say 3 clicks down was really a tuned recoil signature that the rifle liked. My overall impression on the break is it's something that I would like to run on a hunting rifle. I probably wouldn't run it on one of my match rifles. A 1 MOA group isn't something I'm looking for in that setting. However, with a hunting rifle, I like the ability to run a full break while I'm practicing and getting dialed in and really getting comfortable behind a rifle to go out and drop an animal. And then when I'm ready to go out and actually hunt with it, I can close the break, re-zero for the little bit of POI shift that I had on it, and have a hunting rifle as we know it. Having that dual option is something that I've always wanted on a rifle when I'm using it for hunting, and with the Regulator break, I'm able to do that. So if this is something when you're out getting ready for hunting that you've ever thought that you wanted or something that you would like to try, I'd go ahead and recommend it. Give Matador Arms a shot, matadorarms.com. It's called the Regulator. It's on their website. Order one, put it on, and we'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are.